Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to teach you a really cool sort of progressive sandwich routine. Now the what I'm going to teach you is very similar to Aaron Fisher's Search and Destroy. This routine was his variation on Larry Jennings' The Searcher's routine. Let's get into it. Okay, so first I will perform the routine as if I had somebody here, and after I do that, I'll teach you exactly what I'm doing here, okay? So in this card trick, I want to show you the progress of finding a card, and to do that, I want to take out a couple of red aces to illustrate this point so we can see it very clearly to the very end, alright? So two red aces are right there, I'll save those for later. Now, why don't you do this? As I drop cards, just say stop anytime you want to. Stop right here. Remember that card, I won't look. Put it back somewhere in the middle of the deck, maybe right around here. Now what I'll do is I'll take each ace and put one maybe towards the top, maybe one towards the bottom here. And if you would, I want you to close the spread up very nice and neatly like this, alright? So make sure every card is squared up and we can begin. So why don't you take the deck and cut about half of the table and put the rest on top. That's perfect. Now watch, when you do that, one thing happens. It's not magical, but the two aces become closer together like this, as you can see. There's about maybe 15, maybe 10 or 12 cards in between these aces. Now take the little packet again and do the same thing. Make a cut to the table like this, and then cut the rest on top. Now another thing occurred here. The aces move closer together. Let's see how many cards are in between now. Well, there's one card in between the aces. That might be a good sign. That might be good luck. Wouldn't it be crazy if this was the actual card that you saw? Let's take a look. What was your card? The Five of Hearts? There it is. Alright, so what I love about this routine is that the control happens where it needs to be. And what I mean by that is you have to put the aces in the spread, in the table spread face up anyway, and the control is already made once it's in a spread, so it's very economical and very convenient. So you really skip a step in terms of control. All right, so let's take a look at how this is going on here. So first of all, if you didn't know, the control I did was my own control that I call the slip and slide control. If you have not seen that, I'll run through it briefly, and if you want to get a more in-depth handling on this and teaching on this, I'll leave a link down below in the first pinned comment. So to start the trick, what you want to do is explain that in this trick, you explain to the person that you will take out two aces to illustrate and to let them see the progress of finding a card. And so it can be a shuffled deck, it doesn't matter. There's no preparation whatsoever, it's completely impromptu. Alright, so you just spread through and take out any two cards alike. They can be two jokers, two kings, whatever you want to use, but put them face up to the side. Now here comes the control. So what you're going to do here, this is my slip and slide control. So you just break off bunches of cards like this, like 5 or 6, 7 at a time like this into a spread, and have them say stop anytime. Now once they do, you're going to show them this card like this. Now it's going to look like you simply take that card with some more and continue doing this, but really you control it to the top of the deck, and this is how you do it. So they say stop sometime, they look at their card, we'll go with the Queen of Spades this time. Now look, this is what's happening here. When you go to put this card back and spread some more off and pretend to put it down, you really switch it, you keep it in place. It's sort of like a slip cut, but this is what you do. I'll leave it face up, you can follow along. So they look at the card, and you push up a group of cards like this. And at the same time, you just jam this under your thumb like this and sort of scoot it back, and just let gravity help those cards move out like this. And they think the cards are right there, but really it stays right here. So now you can just plop the rest back on top like this, and the cards control to the top. One more time. So they say stop somewhere like this. Stop. They look at their card. Once again, I'll turn it face up. You just spread through, jam this under your thumb like this, and let gravity do all the work by tilting your hand down, which also shades the move, right? And you're like this, so at full speed, exposed view, you're like this. They say stop. They look at their card, and you can see what happens there, right? But the card's on top of the deck. Now, it's very well hidden when the back of your hand is shading the dirty work, right? So you're like this. They look at their card, jam that guy under your thumb as you push it over by tilting your hand down, which also shades the move, and you're like this, which is very nice. So one more time at full speed. All right, they say stop. They look at their card, the 5 of hearts, a pretty good card, like this, but it's on top of the deck. I think it's a very nice control and very handy for this routine. So they think their card is about right here, right now, right? Because that's where you supposedly put it, and that's where it looks like you put it, but it's on top of the deck. Now, when you pick up one of the aces and say that you'll put one towards the top, what you really do is put it third from top. So is 1, 2 cards, and the face-up ace goes third down from the deck. Now, it doesn't matter where the second ace goes, just maybe, I don't know, 10 cards or so up from the bottom, and you have them push the entire spread in, which is very, very convincing for them because they think that's their card right there. So they do this, they do all this work right here by spreading everything up, and it's very convincing, okay? So now you give them the deck or have them pick it up, and have them cut about half of the table like this, and then the rest on top. Now, you pick up the deck, and you spread through, and you say, look, it's not magical, but something happened here where the aces go a little closer together like this. And as you're doing this, what you're going to do is actually call the card that's 2 cards above the aces because that's their card, right? So you see the ace there, it'll be 1, 2 cards, and that's their card. So you want to call this and load it under the ace. So you just say, look, there's maybe, I don't know, 15 or so cards in between the aces. And as a gesture, you just call that third card up from the ace like this. You just call it underneath like this. And you load it under the ace. So you just take everything away. Take the ace and everything away. And that cold card just gets automatically underneath the ace. You just load it under there, right? So now I just put these on top. And look at this. It looks like there are no cards in between or under the ace. It just looks like how you took it off. Just some cards in between the aces. So you square it up like this, and that card has been loaded on the bottom of this packet. So you give this packet to them and have them do that cut one more time, which now when they do that, that card will be in between the aces, right? So say, now, I wonder how many cards are in between the aces. Let's take a look. So you pick it up again. And then you say, ooh, there's 1 card. That's kind of weird. That might be a good sign. That might be a clue, right? So wouldn't it be crazy if it was actually the card you... That would be impossible. Let's take a look. Let's see what we did here. Boom, and there's the card.